Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again. We're here for the GESC. It is the South American region, and guess what? It's party time. It's happening. Mad Kings versus Infamous. I'm Lyrical, by the way. I don't know if I introduced myself a little bit earlier, but here I am yet again. There was a little bit of issues just right at the start. I wasn't sure if we were going to do it. There's some disconnecting and reconnecting. Hopefully that doesn't continue throughout the game.
10 seconds remaining.
It would definitely be a little bit unfortunate if that were to happen,
remaining.
but nonetheless, the game will continue. The series will continue, and it's going to be great. I don't know if there's something going on with tickets right now, but I haven't been seeing the... This has definitely been hosted on the ticket, and we haven't been seeing the lettering up here, and we also haven't been getting the players with their correct names. So I don't really know what's going on with that, but hopefully it doesn't become too much of an issue. I think preemptively, I'm going to load in the whatchamacallits, logos, because they weren't there last time, and I want to make sure that they are there this time, and I don't have to do that like once we are already in the middle of the game. And, well, let's face it, it's the draft. There's not a whole lot of action I need to be following with camera work. And also, this is going to make it real easy, because I can just place these right on top of where the other ones were, and then I can take SG and show off. Infamous, though, is actually going to be on Dire, though, so we're going to put them right there.
Dire team pick.
Cool things going on in this. I am really excited to watch this game. I think that it's probably going to be a little bit more of a stomp than the last one that we watched. And the last game, T-Show versus SG, game number 1 was really competitive. It looked great. Like we were seeing really solid back and forth battles going on. It was a bounty hunter that I felt like was one of the determining factors. We haven't seen him picked up here in this one, but I think that it's sort of like if you have a guy that plays that bounty, then you're probably going to be seeing it. To me, it feels like one of the more strong heroes of the patch. But the big thing was that game number 2 just completely swung around, and SG just rolled them. And they had the bounty hunter that game. So it's kind of funny how that ends up working. And this game, to me, it feels like those two teams were more evenly matched. These two feel like they're less evenly matched. Mad Kings, pretty much, as far as I know, don't have like that many well-known players. They've got Atun. I'm not sure which one he is, and then like Sladden, I think, is the only other one on this that I really recognize. I don't know if this is the real Greedy or if it's different Greedy, but in any case, I feel like Mad Kings is definitely the underdogs. Then you take a look at the other side for Infamous. You've got Katero Hayama, which I think is Ryu Kurobika in here. I'm not sure. Pepita, who is coming in. The Argentinian sort of transfer over. The rest of these guys are Peruvian, if I'm not mistaken. And then you have Stinger, Schofield, and one other one, Excel. So that's all of Infamous. They're really well known. They're incredibly talented. And like this is a team that on their best day can battle with the best teams in the world. Like you look at them, I think that recently they have played in a couple tournaments and haven't put up the best results, but they're always fairly competitive. They went to MDL Macau, they got 7th. They went to Dream League there, I think they also got 7th, 8th. They won WCA. That was a while ago when that actually ended up happening, the finals for that. So they have proven to be one of the best teams in all of South America. And I think that if you're coming into this, this is a game that you really are feeling like you need to win. All right. Now we can talk a little bit more about what all is going on. We've got Omni Knight, Ogre. The immediate counter pick was a Rubik and a Puck. We've seen a couple of times Rubik be a good answer for Omni Knight. You've got great spells to steal. You know, he doesn't have a stun on him, but all of his other pieces can be like amazing at any given point in time, right? Like even Purification, you get a heal bomb that you can drop on top of somebody, and that combo together with your nuke, it's a lot of damage. So yeah, I like it. I think it's gonna be an interesting one.
10 seconds remaining.
Puck is also a nice little answer to it. You would think that like, hey, this is all magical damage. He has repel. It's not going to be able to do anything. But if you can jump on top of the Omni Knight beforehand, which you often are going to be able to because you're going to get a blink on Puck, you can just silence him, and then with some more bursts, you can usually blow him up in time if there's no other defensive heroes. I think that Puck is also can be pretty good, but you need to find him, and that's the important part. And now with the Sand King taken as well, this is a lot of team fight, a whole lot of team fight. The big thing I'm wondering is how is this all going to get laned? Because Sand King, I think, is still in a really good position where he can be a strong hero, but sometimes he can get punished. Particularly if you have somebody like an Ogre Magi that can just run up and punch him and sort of try and force him out of the lane. Monkey King. Wow. All right. Very different stuff. Loving the draft so far, though. Tiny is a cool one. This hero has been changed around a lot. The grab tree ability is so much fun, and you actually get to see this thing happen when it's Tiny holding a tree as a Tiny instead of the big Tiny that we normally saw before we needed the Aghanim Scepter.
5 seconds remaining.
But the thing that I like about this is he is going to be able to blow up the Puck, probably. He can probably blow up the Puck. There's a good chance he can blow up the Rubik. I don't know if he's going to go Shadow Blade or Blink Dagger this game. And it also depends on where they put him. But the other nice part about it is that Monkey King is more susceptible to being killed by Tiny than most other heroes, because a lot of the burst damage that Tiny does is magical, and Monkey King gets more armor when he's inside his Wukong's command. But there's still a way to blow him up there. And now an Earth Spirit taken as well. Okay. They need something to pull all this together. I wouldn't mind it as a Storm. No, this is a bad Storm game. What am I talking about? No, they need something else.
10 seconds remaining. 5
Honestly, if they
remaining.
went something like DK here, a tower hitter, that would not be bad. Because then you just like get an Aegis on him, stand in front of towers. You've got Omni Knight behind to help. Earth Spirit for counter initiation. So like if they try and go in one, which is just blow up the DK, then your Omni Knight can heal you back up. But it also is predicated upon you being able to come out ahead. Like, I think that this infamous draft, it needs to get things done early and be in the lead. Because if they go into the mid game just like sort of team fighting, they're going to have to outplay Mad Kings pretty heavily. So 5th ban now. It's the DP. That's the other type of hero that's the same, fills the same role. I think DK is better at it though, because you don't have to heavy commit. I guess you still do, because you're gonna have to go into dragon form. Yeah, DP is probably better. That's probably the better ban.
10 seconds remaining.
Again, want to apologize that I don't have an extra
remaining.
caster with me on this one. I'm planning on having somebody lined up for tomorrow, but at least for now, it's just me hanging out. The 6th ban coming in. What is it the Mad Kings want? This draft can still be very versatile. Like, this could be a 3 Puck, a 2, or a 1 Monkey King. It's going to depend a lot upon what Infamous pick for their mid, whether they go with a Tiny or whether they take something else that's yet to be determined. And so if you take a DK, the worry is maybe, does Monkey King match up well against DK? I feel like any melee hero is just so hard to run against the Monkey King. I don't know if that would be worth it for them to try and do that. Puck also, I don't think really dominates there.
Dire team pick.
Well, they're going to go for the Quap. I mean, again, they could also just go something crazy here, and, you know. I really like DK still. I'm trying to think of anything else that would be strong.
10 seconds remaining.
Like, they could go that route, or they could also
5
just
seconds
go
remaining.
like a roll over them lineup and, I don't know, take something like a Timber Saw. That doesn't sound good either. That actually sounds awful also.
Radiant team pick.
Okay. It's the same role filled, just by a different hero. So that means that they are going to take the tiny mid. They feel comfortable with that hero put there. Now, Mad Kings, do they want to take the puck mid? Or do they want the Monkey King to go off lane? More safe lane.
5 seconds
puck
remaining.
Versus tiny. I feel like that actually might be kind of rough on the puck. Again, I could be wrong. I'm not a mid player. Oh, God. What an awful last pick. Oh, God. That is disgusting. Okay. And it's going to be a mid one as well, I think. I think that Benjaz is going to be playing safe lane. Monkey King. What am I talking about? Well, it's going to be an interesting one. I really believe that that Stinger here is going to have a hell of a game. By Stinger, of course, I mean Benjaz. What?
10 seconds.
All right,
remaining.
they totally are screwing with me. So, I was wondering about
5
this.
seconds remaining.
Kotaro Hayama. I think that's him, but why are they all messed up like this? This is Stinger. This should be Kotaro Hayama. It might be Pepita though. No, Pepita's playing tiny. Yeah, this is Kotaro Hayama. I really wish that they would just be able to fix up the tickets, but so long. All right, game number 1 underway of the South American qualifiers for GESC. This is the thing that I love about Earth Spirit nowadays is because you can't TP out to the lane, you know that you're going to be able to get a ward down before anybody else can get there. It's totally worth it to drop down 2 boulders. They'll be replenished by the time you're back. Also, your mana should be pretty close to it as well. But he can get out there, get down a ward before anybody else does, and be on his way. I think. Let's see if the puck can get there or not. Actually getting there pretty close at the same time. Usually you see this Earth Spirit go mid to try and get down the ward, but we'll keep our eyes on it. No vision of this area. They obviously don't see him. He backs out, and Lone Druid should be able to at least fight for that other rune against the puck. Maybe just put his hero behind the tower and then send the bear to this guy. Our Spirit. Oh, he does go up the high ground. They obviously do have vision of all of this, so they know what's going on. Aggressively drops the boulder in his direction. What do you think about that? But LD gonna go over, send the Baron.
The battle begins.
The roll. Oh, nice play here. All right, Earth Spirit gonna be able to pick that up. And that is going to be a good amount of those given over. Let's put this on as well. For all you fine folks out there, this will get a slight little pause. So who was that got all the runes? You have one for Mad Kings, Infamous, Infamous, and Infamous. Easy peasy. Oh, we do have a little pause as Stinger is trying to keep aggro, and now they're calling it out. That's a little, I don't know about that. That's a little questionable. Yeah, this is, it's just going to end up repelling TPing.
The armor of omniscience. Yeah.
So that is going to be TP out there. Now Benjaz. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to say Monkey King because they're screwing with the names, I think, as well. I don't trust them all. But in the meantime, Puck taking some damage from Lone Druid. It's going to be a 1v1 of Pepita versus the Arc Warden mid. And see Rubik in the area. They got done a good ward, so they'll have vision of any harassment that he might want to level out here. But Omni Knight, having already taken Repel, he's getting fairly well zoned out of experience range. Hasn't really been able to get anything in this one so far, but likewise, you're kind of seeing the same thing from the Puck, who is still level 1 as well. First strike there. They're going to get one creep coming through that shouldn't be denied. A little bit more experience. This is always the game that you got to play, and in the meantime, Ogre's just going to kind of run around and do what he can to mess with them. This pull, though, should mean that Infamous get another nice little bit of experience onto this Omni. He's going to take some damage before he heads off. And Ogre, not really afraid of anything. He's also going to head off the other direction. Pulled back in, lots of damage, but he's actually falling pretty quickly here. They don't have mana. 9 away right now from a Burrow Strike. They might fully commit for this as well. They go,
I'll take your tribute.
Well, they're going to Clarity and then decide to just leave it there. I thought that maybe they were going to dive for that, but it's probably a little too risky diving in Ogre. Especially once he got his tango going. Pepita taking a beating. Gets the deny. Oh, so Arc Warden kind of having his way with them here. At least those early starts. It's 9-5-9-5 though.
Illusion.
Lone Druid been able to farm, have himself basically a free lane, while Ogre is again in some trouble. They do have a lift as well. Being into position, slowed down by Caustic. There's the pull back in, Fade Bolt to finish. It's actually going to be the Sand King that picks it up, and he's almost got Arcane Boots. Having a great time. There's the Avalanche though, doesn't get the toss. If the Ogre came back in a second earlier, I think that's a kill. But there's nowhere to toss him to that would have been far away. Good play there by the Sand King so far. And that's important, right? Like, he's going to have his Arcanes very shortly. And the fact that he doesn't die there, big stuff. Recognizing that this is a problem, we see Infamous moving down to the bottom. We're going to try and make something happen here against the Rubik. Even if it's just coming and contesting the pull. TPN coming from the Monkey King. Wants to find himself an Ogre. The stun goes back the other direction. Not nearly enough. And, well, another hit, another kill.
Under attack.
Maybe Infamous need to think twice before they put themselves in that type of position again. Well, Puck's gotten himself up to level 3. We see the Omni Knight level 4. Been given a little bit of space since those supports keep rotating down there. So even though you've got the Ogre dying, it's just an Ogre. And at the end of the day, your Omni Knight is actually getting farmed. Problem is, what is this Monkey King going to do? Because he looks like he could be a serious issue as this game goes on. Absolute free farm, got involved in a kill. And you start to get in towards the big carry builds. It is scary stuff.
Blessings.
Recognition there, backing out. Before he ends up getting hit with any type of purification. This game's going a lot slower than the previous one that we saw. Sand King moving in. There's the Flux. Good Avalanche. But gonna be purged, slowed down. Burrow Strike connects. Is a big kill onto Tiny. If they can find it, the roll, the stun, able to walk away just barely. Pepita living. And now Earth Spirit maybe gone a bit too far himself. Gonna be punished as they come back in, find themselves the kill. And now the Flux Tiny, he went back into them here. Avalanche toss, nothing doing. They lose Tiny, they lose Earth Spirit. That was just greedy play. All right. Stinger going for his Soul Ring next. Like I mentioned, Arcane's on the Sand King. Eyes on that Blink Dagger. Basically has no mana though, and Bounty Rune. I don't think they're going to be able to find him again. But you do have the Monkey King with the Jingu all working.
Haste.
Maybe a chance to do something with the Haster?
That should help.
It's like pump faking it or what? I wasn't sure what that was. It's a wraparound though and a kill up here in the bottom lane. Immediately back up to full mana as well. Yeah, this is starting to look really bad. Mad Kings are just dismantling them. I don't know what Infamous is doing now. Like, where do they go from here? I guess really it's dependent upon Lone Druid getting a ton of farm. But... oh, fuck jungling over there. They need to kill this Arc Warden also. If he gets a really early Midas, it's not going to be good. They can just kind of keep doing this. Like, that costs so little to get that type of harassment and just pushing Pepita from the wave. They have any stacks working for him either? Doesn't really look like it. It's mostly just empty. Bottom lane, they found themselves the Omni Knight yet again. Another kill going the way of the Monkey King. And he's got Aquila now. They find themselves an Ogre also. Like, Monkey King isn't farming, but he's still got like really high CS. And he's getting a part of these kills. Yeah, they're definitely going to rely heavily upon this Lone Druid. And him getting a Midas at a good timing. Oh, he already has it. Okay, so he's got his Midas. If he gets a Radiance, like, he might get a really early Radiance. That might be the thing that saves him. And again, we talked about this. Like, it's not really like they need to win a ton of team fights, really. Right? If you can start taking down towers, build into the group up items, that's going to be Infamous' saving grace. Omni Knight. Heading back away. Another wraparound comes through. Avalanche. Slow. Roll in. Wants to break this up. Doesn't hit anything. Stun is going to go out. That will keep Pepita alive for the moment. And tosses away another illusion. Back towards one. Thanking Burrow Strike. That's going to be a dead Earth Spirit. And they find a kill on the Sand King. This guy's really rich. Actually ends up going to the creeps. But nonetheless, not bad. Not bad. 1-for-1 exchange. And more importantly, it was the tiny living. Like, that's the most important thing. Yeah, Spirit Bear, this Mr. Lone Druid, he's pretty farmed. He doesn't have any kill assists or anything, but you look at his net worth and there's nothing to be trifled with. And how do you deal with the Radiance Bear here? I guess you got Burrow Strike. They can get it with Monkey King too, sort of, but obviously not going to be able to stack up Jingu. Arc Warden getting farmed is the other big thing, but he takes a while to come online. Hasn't really been pressured. A lot of questions. A lot of questions. And Kataro comes back in, spots the Sand King, realizes doesn't want to be there anymore, and is going to back out. Meanwhile, back mid, Monkey King. Oh, that's a huge kill. Wow. Okay, Pepita picks that one up. And now, 10 minutes in, taking a look at the net worth. Yeah, look at how farmed this Lone Druid is. Just getting all of the bounty runes. Has the Midas. He's like halfway to a Radiance almost. Just really solid play. In spite of the fact that they're behind 5 deaths, Infamous are kind of winning this game. Taking time. Phase Boots Omni, a classic. The Soul Ring there. You just run people down. Midas about to be used. Lone Druid, harder to kill now with that 250 health. Just a free Vit booster given over to him. And how's Sand King doing on working on that Blink Dagger? He's getting there. He's putting in work. Do we have any other stacks that have been built up? Doesn't look like it. It's still just Lone Druid farming while Pepita's dying. Does have 12 stick charges, but there's never really a chance. But all that energy and effort spent not put towards the Lone Druid. And it's about this bear in the long run. Look at the damage this guy is doing. Just bloodlusted, and that's it. Meanwhile, Ogre over here to break the sort of rotation. He is going to fall. He gets the bounty rune though before he ends up falling. And the tower is down to about a third HP. Again, I think things like that are fine. As long as Lone Druid doesn't die this game, they're feeling good.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Benjaz will be a problem this game. But similarly, it's also got Guardian Angel in this one, which can kind of mitigate that problem. The physical damage doesn't really do that much when you got a bazillion armor.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire are scattered.
Forward, Fire Blast. Ava wants the cost, gets it there. More damage. Can they find the kill? Needs one more hit. Not quite there. Grab a tree. It's not happening. Benjaz gets away.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Mid lane, they lose the Earth Spirit while that was all going on. Rather unfortunate, but always a trade. We do see Kataro take down the tower, and now he's going to have his Radiance, I think.
Radiant structures
Jesus, that's crazy. 13-minute Radiance for the Lone Druid on top of the Midas.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tower dies. Puck taking some damage. They still got 2 in the area. Hell is there. They have GA also, but not going to be able to do it. Instead, it's just going to be Tiny going down. But that is a lot of heroes. Still towers taken. I think it's good that they're not... Like, this is better than trying to go after Lone Druid and then just not killing him over and over again. But they haven't addressed the issue.
Middle tower is under attack.
Very scary stuff. SXL, hold back in, killed off. 12-2, and Infamous still are leading. Once you get your level 6s on Earth Spirit also, you start to get a couple more of these levels up. Like, Bloodlust levels also are going to matter a lot. I think Ogre is just getting, yeah, he's maxing Bloodlust. You don't even have the Blink Dagger yet for Tiny. Like, they're losing the fights, but they're still winning the farm gain, and, well, rotation comes in now. They're bringing in Earth Spirit as well. Is it going to be quick enough? They want to fight this one. Maybe in some trouble. The Rubik going to get ran down a little bit. Pepita still living. They are able to steal Repel away. But there's the jump forward, everything coming out. Now, can they kill off these heroes? Everybody's dropping low, but they get the Guardian Angel off in time. Pepita didn't have it on him, though. Lone Druid's Bear is coming in, and the Radiance is working. A ton of heals. Another Burrow Strike. They want to kill off Pepita, but it's not happening. He's living through this. Benjaz jumping forward for it. Needs one more hit, but it's there. They get the kill. Now Lone Druid coming in. They blow up Monkey King before he can even get his ulti off. And now Stinger slowing everybody down as well. This slow, rumbling, barreling team fight is going to end up coming out into the favor, I think, of Infamous. The Repel onto the Rubik, keep him alive. They pull back in the Bear. Stinger's still living through this. Well, that was a close one. And it's relatively even. Divine Rapier used in that fight, as you guys can see, a couple of Satanics as well. 3 instances on Yasha and 10 Mantis. I love how the recap is just like completely broken.
A prize.
So we've got 2 tier 1 towers taken and probably a third.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And you've got these fortifications, but how do you deal with this now? Like, you've got pretty much everything that you... They still don't have level 6 on Earth Spirit, but, well, it doesn't really matter. They can still just find these kills, and now they don't have Repel. They don't have a Rubik. Dead for 20 seconds. This is a tier 2 tower.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Monkey King is there, but he doesn't have ulti for another 50 seconds.
Radiant's middle tower
Because they use Monkey King ulti, there's a chance that they could just try and, like, push high ground a little bit, maybe. Or go straight Roshan. But, like, you don't really have a great way to deal with this bear. Look at the damage there on the Pavita. Ends up getting blown up. Omni Knight couldn't get anything off in time. Great layering of the abilities there to get the silence at the right time. There's a stun onto 4. Well played, the roll away. They're getting out. They'll have to lick their wounds as Puck is continuing to chase. Repel in 8 seconds. They have another purification there. Oh, good stun. That probably saved his life, but it did come at his cost. As they get the Burrow Strike, the chase is still there. It's going, Bloodlust run. They end up only losing the Earth Spirit and the Tiny out of that. And even though they have more than triple the kills, you can see that Infamous is still winning in the farming game. And now Pepita does keep on getting picked off. That is quite bad. Toss, hit, stun, roll, decent. Magnetized out as well. This is finally his use of level 6. They don't get the purification hit there onto him. Trying to turn it, but it's not happening. Instead, it's going to be another kill going the other direction. Forced to pop the GA, and that gets stolen by the Rubik. Now trying to run away. It's not happening. He's going down as well. Purification, not there. We have a little pause. The battles keep on going into the favor of Mad Kings. And still, Lone Druid is just doing his thing. And he's going for an Aghanim Scepter. We've seen this before. Well, game number 1. Already feeling like a bit of a weird one. It's just that classic Lone Druid gaming. And I do think that they're starting to get towards some of those items that are going to solve the problem. Like Kaya on Puck with the blink, it's not amazing, but it means that you're going to be able to cut through creep waves without, like, you know, as much difficulty. He can fight more effectively. Like, it's basically team fight versus just constant ratting and split pushing. And with the other heroes, Tiny fits the bill sort of, because you can go out and try and, like, push out waves and find pickoffs also. But it does also mean that he's making space for the Lone Druid. Hopefully this pause does not take too much longer. What was it said? Sorry Ojo. Arc Warden, Maelstrom, Handamitis. What else do we have on here? Any interesting item pickups? Rubik is pretty broke. And Sand King has enough for the Blink Dagger. That's big. So they'll have 2 separate forms of initiation. Meanwhile, well, there's the Lone Druid that's very farmed. You've got Infamous that's kind of lacking in that regard. There's a big disparity between what Lone Druid has and this Tiny is working with. I can't believe that it's 19-5 and it's still a 1,000 gold lead. Like, if this was a pub, all 4 of these players would be like, GG, game over. But he's almost got an Aghanim Scepter for Bearman. And they still haven't taken a tier 1 tower on Mad Kings. This one is probably going to be the first one that they get, but while that's happening, you know, all these tier 2s going to be coming under fire. They've already taken one themselves. All right, we good here? Pepita's had enough. Pepita is over it, but 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. He's trying to chill. Just like mass pings. So he's saying, all right, we're gonna push that wave out, and we're gonna take the tower, and then we're gonna push the wave out. Some good tactical talking during the pause time. Always love to see it. I guess Arc Warden is there too. He does become a problem as well. All right, we're doing it. So he's heading back home.
Top tower is under attack.
LD gonna push this
Dire's
out.
structures are fortified.
And the fortification? That was a little bit odd. I don't know why they forted right there. Might have been a misclick, or there's something that I'm missing. So Kataro, 1,300 gold away from his Aghanim Scepter. Meanwhile, with the Blink Dagger pickup and the 3-person shrine, it's going to be maybe time to smoke. They don't have a smoke. They have it on the courier? They do. They will run into the Earth Spirit here in a second, though. As they get into position to try and keep this wave pressured out. And the Lone Druid is just going to be able to get that farming going. Does have one roll away. TPing out. They spot him. They get the Burrow Strike. Need to cancel this one, I think, unless they want to come and defend this. It's a heavy commitment, but they jump forward. They take down the Rubik. He's gone. So Earth Spirit does end up going down, but it comes at the cost of... Well, now trying to find more. They do run into that Sand King barely. They actually don't see him. Oh, now they do. All right, they got eyes on him, and that's going to be another kill. So Infamous starting to show up and make things happen. This is a tree on top of a tree here. He's trying to hide. Almost didn't spot him. Lone Druid, now enough for the Aghanims, which is flying out to him currently. Oh, courier? Courier? Almost got it. Maybe Roshan next? Or honestly, he can kind of do whatever he wants. They do scan this. Maybe they were thinking that Roche was going on as well, and they might come and see if they can fight in the area. A little bit scary to do that. But now realizing that that was not what was happening, the movement forward. Lone Druid could get caught here if they can manage to get him and find him, but Kataru Hayama playing this very, very safe and realizing that they might be trying to take that fight. He's going to hide out here. Our forward is dealing some damage, but not a ton. But Mad King's making this movement up towards the top lane. They're not going to run into anybody there. And instead, it's going to be Infamous that are pushing the envelope down here bottom. Oh, did he? Yeah, he switched the Radiance over. Nice. This is really good. So he can keep the lanes pressured out with those illusions. I didn't even pick that up. And if they're not careful, they need to come back. This tower, it's going to drop. Like, this does so much freaking damage. Look at this. Burrow strike forward. They're able to steal away one. That's Purification. But now they've caught him. Bear is starting to eat him up pretty quickly. Magnetized out as well. On to 2. They have the Purification. It was stolen from the Rubik as well. Bear is about to die, but they do have a resummon. Immediately brought back in. That's Sand King dead. Now, can they get any more? Good play to get that Earth Spirit out of harm's way, but Puck's still looking for a follow-up. There is going to be the Illusory forward. He doesn't want to jaunt to that. It's off in the trees. But look at the tower. Down to half HP in just a couple of swipes. Like, Bear is not to be trifled with, but they do need to be careful, because if they lose it a second time now, still 90 seconds before another one can come up. So they repel the Bear, going to send him forward, start to deal the damage to that. They will be able to pull him back again, and they can just do the same push a second time. And they're not really losing that much by making this happen. They force out a glyph. They can go later and make sure, like, honestly, that's part of the really nice things here, is that if you don't glyph, then you lose your tower. If you do glyph, that just means that you can get backdoored later. Always love to see a Tiny with a DD. So much damage. Like we said, despite being down 12 kills, it is still a slight gold lead right now for Infamous. We see Mad Kings attempting to take their second tier 1 tower of the game. Fire Blast onto Puck. He's just going to get out of there though. And they get the deny. Bearman's still working. He's got his bots on. Not sure where Bear's going to go next. He probably is just going to get another Boots of Travel, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he gets some more. Yeah, he's going to go Maelstrom instead. Just quicker cutting creep waves and such.
Invisibility.
And go down bottom next. And this tower is not going to be long for this world. You do have Puck that's coming in, but Puck alone is not going to be able to stop this Bear. Or, oh, that's really bad. That's, okay, I thought they were going to go for him there. They're waiting. They're waiting until everybody else gets in the area. He still has that Invis rune for a little while. And as they move back, he's going to try and go in there. They have the Arc Warden clone that's coming in as well. It's gone, basically. Maybe a silence here? He's looking for it. Oh, good blink away. Bear down to low HP. Does have another resummon available. And while this is happening, top lane is pushing in as well from the Monkey King. Talent-wise, that's other things to kind of keep our eyes on here. Spirit Bear armor, 250 health. You can go for that battle cry cooldown, and eventually it's spell immunity, if so desire. 0 entangle cooldown is really not that great. The scary part that I'm seeing, though, is going to be this Arc Warden. Like, he's one of the few heroes that can actually, like, manage the counter push. But even he can run into some issues, I think. As Lone Druid is going to head down bottom. They're looking to put themselves in a position to defend here. Jump away. Omni Knight goes forward. There's going to be a Dream Coil out as well. Already down low. Sand King is just going to drop. They did take the tower, but they're going to lose a hell of a lot more. Now the chase, looking for that Puck. Not able to find him yet. Bottom lane, they take that tower while Monkey King tries to head him off. the jump away. Still in trouble though. Yule Scepter lift up, and with Radiance and everything else. Oh, trying to find him. Oh, not quite there. Oh, that hurts. That really hurts. Still around a 5,000 gold lead on the Lone Druid over the Arc Ward. And this is one of those moments that you definitely need to come in and take the fight, at least contest. You can't afford to give an Aegis away at this stage of the game. Fortunate part for Mad Kings is that it's kind of hard for them to take it themselves. They don't really have anything in the way of items to allow them to take Roshan themselves. They can kind of just contest it. Her Spirit, most likely dead again. Gone very, very quickly. God, he is just paper. Yeah, that Arc Warden becoming an issue.
I'll take it.
But this is the thing that I think is kind of weird about Infamous, is that, like, I feel like this Tiny needs to be pushing the other lanes a little bit and just trying to not get picked off. And then, like, Lone Druid comes in at the end, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's better for Tiny to be farming jungle so he can catch up. Because he is definitely a little bit behind where they might want him. Puck, on the other hand, having himself a great game. Offlane Puck definitely working. Gonna come back down bottom. Force back Lone Druid's bear. And keep the farm up. It's just crazy to me. Like, they keep on getting these pickoffs. Pickoff after pickoff. Can you imagine this game if instead they had a bounty hunter? And, like, I guess that Infamous probably wouldn't be playing like this. It'd be a completely different draft. But, like, the difference that it makes not being able to get those track kills. So, one of the defining moments of the game. Can they take down Roshan before anybody from Memphis gets here? And looks like the answer is yes. That was a piece of the puzzle that I kind of forgot about a little bit, was the magnetic field and how good that is for Roshan. Rosh doesn't hit you, you do bonus attack damage, or attack speed rather. Like a mini alacrity for your team. Shadowblade gonna be the next pickup here, as the bear has a full Mjolnir ton. Look at how much farm this guy has. Oh god.
Illusion.
Like, honestly, this is getting to scary territory. You still have issues with Arc Warden, but not as many. And Jazz up here top. Don't know if they're going to be able to find him. Looks likely not. Although, maybe trying to take this fight. If they could kill Lone Druid, could be big. There it is. Dream Coil out already. Silence is there. Needing to get away. In trouble. Does he get the heal off? The fear comes out. He's got the repel. Running away. Monkey King chasing. Can they fit the kill? Yes, they do. Big plays right there. Huge. And now they're also going to be able to find this kill on the Omni Knight. Taking down the Lone Druid and the Omni there. The downside is that there's still this pesky bear. Oh my god, this thing is just going to be a thorn in their sides, and I don't know if they can actually afford to try and like outmaneuver it. Yeah, they have to come back, at least with somebody. But even that, I don't know if it's enough, because look at how much damage it's doing, right? Like, you force back the Monkey King, and now they can't really push. So the bear is going to go down here.
Middle tower is under attack.
But you basically just stopped the push and did a lot of damage to the tier 3 tower. Like, look at how much damage that did. This is absurd. Lone Druid Aghanim is actually the, like, oh, God.
Spoonful.
Well, jump away there. Earth Spirit getting towards his Blink Dagger. See the bear maybe going to just eat Van Jazz alive. Hello? Does he have another one to summon? I don't think so, right? Although he almost is killing him off. Almost, he wants it so bad. Oh, it's not happening. Living on 30.
Time.
So no
Dire's
bear
bottom
for 90
tower is
seconds.
under attack.
And if there's a time to get
Dire's
something done,
bottom
this is
tower
it.
has fallen.
Mad Kings wanting this game, or to take full advantage of this part of the game. Backing out, Omni Knight's going to get away. And it looks like Infamous are going to be able to at least get something done. They take down the courier, and Pepita forces out another glyph, just going to TP away. Does he get to complete it? Yes, indeed, duty. So they again force back all of Mad Kings. Like, say what you want about all the kills that are happening. Infamous are playing this very, very well. Like, they're still losing a lot, but they're like just doing everything they can to slow it down, and they know that that's the only way that they win. And they're losing heroes left, right, and center. But they're still like keeping themselves in the game. I think that this is really starting to tilt though, and Mad Kings are going to be able to take advantage of these kills and start to get these other tier 2 towers down.
Invisibility. The scale.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This is now his life. He's like, you know what? I just need to be alive. It's not even about me. It's about the bear.
Fortified.
He's just shadow amuleted off to the side there. He's going to push again, but that was funny. Shadow Blade and a Hex.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And with that, they send out one. They're going to force everybody back yet again. They took the tier 2 tower here. But the way that they're playing this,
I'll take
it's still working for Infamous, you know? That was close. Aegis just expires now as well. Has the Deso done for the Monkey King. And every glyph use every little bit of damage done. I heard a sheep as well. I think that was up here. Oh, they got the Arc Warden clone, but that's not really that important. Still going down. Greedy able to walk away from there. And again, Infamous going to push a lane and try and force back Mad Kings. It's just the way this game is going to go. Tiny, level 21, has the tree grab cooldown ability.
Tower is under attack.
The Shadow Blade
Dire's
there.
bottom tower has fallen.
Tower's starting to
Radiant's
drop.
top tower is under attack.
It's going to be a fight here, it's looking like, as the tier 3 tower is starting to be assaulted. They're going to keep the bear in the top lane. Now, can they come and defend this? Can they take this fight? Maybe. Actually, he's going to be trying to go for some TP cancels over there. He jumps in, goes for the stun. It doesn't end up happening. He did end up getting at least one, so Monkey King can't come back anymore. They're walking forward, still living for the moment. The bear is doing a lot of work. They're taking the whole base. They already taken 2/3 towers. Monkey King is stuck up there. They do have the Arc Warden as well, who can come back in a second. But this is the lane of Barracks. This is more. This is like everything. They just TP'd back the Earth Spirits. That way he can cancel it all out, and they don't have a way to deal with this. There's nothing at all. Oh, Earth Spirit just made the play of the game over there. And look at this. It's about to be Mega Creeps. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, this is insanity. Complete and total insanity. Puck controls for the moment. They're not even trying to take the fight. They just take Mega Creeps, and now they're going to run away. It's like that scene in Anchorman. It's like, well, that escalated quickly. What the hell? Well played indeed. And that's the thing. Like, one mistake. They're 27-11. One mistake, and it's just like, it's done. That was like less than 30 seconds, and all of the structures were gone. Look at that drop. And now they have Mega Creeps.
No sorceries avail.
Suddenly, Tiny has 4,700 gold in the bank. Either way, status resistance, lol. God, it's gotta be so tilty for Mad Kings. I can't believe that just happened. If this was back at the chat wheel time, they would be going crazy. Oh, what a series of events that occurred right there. Well, sheep. Well, next Roshan is a possibility. The plus side is that it is still going to be, you know, they've got decent ways to deal with Mega Creeps. And now that they don't have to defend those anymore, they only have one thing to defend, the tier 4s. All right, walking forward, trying to take Roshan now. Do Infamous know? It feels like they might. They can roll in if they want, jump forward, bend Jazz out. They get the Dream Coil. That's going to keep them away. Well played. Aegis already there. Now, can they find any more? Epicenter down. Omni Knight still living through this. He's fine. He does have Guardian Angel back up in 10 seconds. If they decide to take this fight right now, the problem is that you have down here in the base the Lone Druid Bear going to work. They need to get back. This game is over. I think that he's actually just going to be able to do enough damage that it might not even matter, because they're keeping them controlled while all of this is happening. Under control, running away. They're taking down the whole freaking base. And the fight is still going on, but it doesn't matter. This is the embodiment right here of the game. It does not matter that they all died, because that's all the tier 4 towers taken. And now they're moving in for the finale, the base. Good repel there. Saves Benjaz, but the damage is just absurd. They lose the Rubik. There's the Aegis. And like I said, there is the game. This has got to be one of the more tilting losses that I've seen. GG gets called. And it's what we were always saying. Like, it doesn't matter so much that you have double the kills than them at the end of the game, because this Lone Druid Bear just takes it too quickly. Really, really solid stuff. 115. 792 GPM, 14,000 building damage. Mind-boggling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got one more game, potentially two, on the way for you guys. But it is, of course, Mad Kings versus Infamous right around the corner. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll see you in a few.